Hello everyone, my name is Nicole and I'm the founder here of Epifania Magazine. We are a Latina lifestyle YouTube channel, digital magazine, podcast, so media company. I have decided to turn on the camera 5 minutes ago, put on a little bit of makeup, and decided to do this impromptu video where I'm going to take the Bustle Which Celebrity Book Club You Should Join. I live in LA, so pretty close to a lot of celebrities. I'm also part of some book clubs through Junior League and other organizations I'm a part of. And I'm a big fan of reading, as you guys can tell if you watch previous videos. So I thought this might be fun, especially because I have gotten behind in my reading. So I wanted to take this quiz and see, should I join a celebrity book club and catch up on my reading? So let's get started with that. Who is your book boyfriend? Addison Fitch from To Kill a Mockingbird. Atlas Corrihan from It Ends With Us. Connell Rodrow from Normal People. Nino Seratone from My Brilliant Friend. Or Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice. Okay, so here we go. I've not read a lot of these books. I've read Addison Fitch, of course. I'm not going to say of course. In the United States. In California. In high school, you read To Kill a Mockingbird. Alright. I've also read Pride and Prejudice. And watched a lot of Pride and Prejudice movies. So I know who Mr. Darcy is. The other three I do not know. I don't want to pick Addison Fitch. I don't want to pick Mr. Darcy because I don't feel like I want a Mr. Darcy. And the other three books I haven't read. However, Normal People, I've heard a lot of good things about. My cat is fascinated by shadows on the door. Okay. And I've also seen, the trailers for that show. And Connell Rodrow does remind me of boys I dated when I was younger, before I was married. Sort of, haven't read the book, but the vibe that I'm getting from the book and from the trailers definitely reminds me of a few boys I dated. Okay. Or, didn't date, but, Okay. What emoji do you use most frequently? The crying, laughing, blowing kiss, clown, hands making heart. Or what is it the Gen Zers do now? Something like that. And prayer hands. I use the blowing kiss. I use that because I love hugs. I love kisses. And so when I'm texting someone and I, just want them to know, love you or, just good vibes, I use that. Because in real life, I am giving hugs. I am giving kisses on the cheek. I don't really like shaking hands. I think it's, so weird. So I use blowing kiss a lot. I also use the yellow heart a lot because yellow is my favorite color. But that's not an option. Who is your favorite reality TV villain? Okay. I don't watch reality TV. I think it's an embarrassment for the human race that we have reality TV and people like reality TV. So I don't watch any of these shows. It's like Olivia from Love Island, Catherine from Southern Charm. I didn't even know Southern Charm was a reality TV show. Jen from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Jax from Vanderpump Rules. Christine from Selling Sunset. Again, I live in LA. So a lot of people I know work in media. And watch a lot of reality TV. And the show that comes up a lot, because I think there's restaurants in LA that are featured in Vanderpump Rules, is that show, Vanderpump Rules. That show comes up a lot. So I'm going to pick Jack from that show because I just hear about it all the time. What is your least favorite genre, literary genre? Supernatural, poetry, fantasy, romance, science fiction. I am not a science fiction fan. Supernatural, I don't gravitate towards, but I've been pleasantly surprised by reading some books with some supernatural components. And fantasy, what do they mean by fantasy? Do I read fantasy? Hold on a second. Hello everyone, Nicole here, the founder of Epifania Magazine. You know what I truly love? A good romance novel, and that is where the Rip Bodice comes in. They are an independent brick-and-mortar bookstore focused on the celebration of romance novels. They are located in Los Angeles, California. If you're in the LA area, they are pretty much close to Culver City. The Rip Bodice has a romance novel for everyone, whether you are looking for a specific trope or just truly want to believe in true love. This is where I got all my Bridgerton books, y'all. They have every romance novel. You can visit them today, or you can go to theripbodice.com. Don't forget to use our affiliate link and, get yourself a good romance book. Now, back to the video. Sorry, I took a pause there. Okay, because I wanted to know, because I don't read a lot of fantasy and I don't read a lot of science fiction, so I wanted to know, what did old Google say what fantasy and science fiction books are. And so I'm going to have to now look at those book examples. I still won't read a lot of fantasy or science fiction, but if I had to, there's 1 or 2 science fiction books I'll probably gravitate towards versus fantasy, where there's not a lot of fantasy books I'll gravitate towards. However, I will watch the movie when it becomes a movie. Okay. Which is your dream dog? Cocker Spaniel, French Bulldog, Chihuahua, Labrador, I would only adopt. I hate that answer, I would only adopt. This is supposed to pick your dream dog. You could adopt your dream dog. Okay. I think Cocker Spaniels are so cute. They definitely remind, because it's like Lady in the Tramp, so it reminds me of Lady. French Bulldogs, no offense, I don't think they're cute. Maybe that's what attracts people to them, because they're not super cute. Chihuahua, I think there has to be something wrong with you if you want a Chihuahua. No, my mom has dogs that are part Chihuahua, part Yorkie, and I swear to God, they are most annoying dogs. I can't with them. Labrador, I would only adopt. I'm gonna go with Cocker Spaniel. I think they're so darling. Plus, they're not as big as Labradors, and I have a feeling I'm gonna live in apartments for a while. I travel a lot. I don't think I could travel with a Labrador. I think a Labrador, I need land. I need a garden. I need to drink my tea, my garden. So that's not gonna happen. Okay. What is your favorite font? This is an interesting question because no one really asked me this question in real life. And I work in branding. So besides the media company, hello guys, I have a branding company, and so I'm currently working with clients right now on what is their brand, and what part of that brand questionnaire is fonts. That helps with their logo. So the options are D. Garamond, Arial, I can never pronounce this. I don't know. Helvetica. I'll put the answers here. Or Times New Roman. I love Times New Roman, especially if you're going to have a very simple website. You personally are not going to edit it as the website owner a lot. You write a lot of blog posts. It's a classic one. It's easy on the eyes. But it's not my favorite. I think for, again, a clean font, something that's easy to read, not just for blog posts, but also if you're creating content for social media and you want to create that carousel post with some facts. Out of all these options, the D. is clean, it's modern, it's very today. So I like that one. All right. What's your most used Instagram filter? Moon, Claridon, #no filter, Slumber, Juno. If I have to use a filter on Instagram, if I haven't edited the photos in Canva or any other editing tools, I will use Claridon. I think, and the reason I use that one, it just brightens the photos. It just gives it a nice light. So I choose that one. I want to say Slumber and Juno, I don't use because it's not really my aesthetic, but I like that aesthetic look. I like the darker tones. Okay. Which piece of literacy merch do you want the most? The Joan Didion tote bag. I'm not a fan of Joan Didion. People love her. Not for me. The Sally Rooney bucket hat. I know I picked Normal People as my answer. Again, I've only read one of her books. It wasn't my favorite. I haven't read Normal People. Maybe she got better at writing by that time. I don't know. Plus, I don't need a bucket hat. I grew up in the 90s. I know Gen Zers are trying to bring the 90s back. I don't need to wear a bucket hat. The Paris Review baseball hat. I haven't read that. I haven't read that. However, the baseball hat they have for it is black and it has like the writing on it, and it's a clean hat. Like it's a look that will go with anything. So, and I only wear baseball hats when I'm like hiking. So I feel like that would be I would use out of all these options. I'll probably use that hat the most. There's also the New Yorker tote bag, which we all love. Like if I see someone with the New Yorker tote bag, I either am like, you read the New Yorker, so I want to get to know you because we're going to have a lot in common, or you don't read the New Yorker. However, you want to look like you do, so you care about your brand, so I still want to get to know you. Or just give me a first edition book. I'm getting older. I am thinking about, I'm not like that old, but you know, I want to retire early. I think about investments. And so I would like a first edition book because I could put it in my will and I can give it to one of my nieces and nephews, and then they can sell that first edition book, get some money, and buy a house. That's what I think. All right, I got the Bellatrix. It is the Emma Roberts book club. You're a millennial's millennial, having come of age on Harry Potter, Britney Spears, and Lizzie McGuire for Unfabulous. And when it comes to your taste in books, you gravitate towards stories of women navigating in the same stage of life as you. I tend to do that. I read a lot of books about women either in their 30s or even like mid to late 20s because I remember that time period. And so it's just nice to go back. Whether that's Ravel Leilani's Lester, Julie Bunting's Marlena, or Lisa Tato's Animal, Bellatrix is sure to meet you where you are and challenge you along the way. I'm not mad with that answer. I think... Also, I didn't even know Emma Roberts read so much where she decided to make it part of her brand. Does that make sense? Let me look it up now. Oh. I went to their website, and you have to sign up to see a lot of their things. However, they seem to have book selections, and so it looks like you get to pick the book you want to read. That you don't have to read what everyone else is reading. So I may take a look at this. I'll let you know. But that was a fun little quiz. Thank you all for joining me. It's good to know. Like, I stand where I stand because I am a millennial. Older millennial, but it makes sense. So yeah, that's very much it. I don't know how to end this. I told you guys, I turned on the camera and then that's what I thought of. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.